click OK. Change the parameters in the Modify panel to change length to 0.5 and width to 9. Click the Select and Move tool and change the Z value to -3. Okay, now we need to clone the support diagonal object. So in the left view, just click the Select and Rotate tool and then rotate this support diagonal object while holding the Shift key on your keyboard. 60 degrees. This time choose the Instance Radio button, so whenever you want to make a change in a support diagonal, the other one will follow. Leave the number of copies to 1 and click OK. Now we need to reposition the newly created object, so click the Align tool and click the column 01 object and leave the X position checked, and then leave the minimum radio button and the maximum radio button on, because we want the minimum of the X position of the support diagonal 01 to be aligned with the maximum of the column 01 object. Okay. Okay, make sure that support diagonal 01 is still selected and press the Control key on your keyboard. Select the support diagonal object to add it to the selection. And then with right mouse click, isolate selection. And then go to the Create Geometry, click the box button, and in the top view, and between the two support diagonal objects, click and drag to create a box whose dimensions are the length 1.5, the width 0.35, and the height 1.5. Now we need to reposition the newly created box, so click the Align tool and select one of the support diagonals object. Actually, we need to change this position in the Y and Z. So uncheck the X position, center to center, because we want to position the center of the newly created box with the center of the support diagonal object. Okay. Now open the material editor and choose the wood old material and click the Assign button, and then close the material editor. Click the Exit Isolation mode. In the top viewport, just zoom out so that I can see the whole support objects and the columns. Make sure that you are in the Windows selection mode, and then click and drag in the top viewport to select the supports and column objects, and then click the Select and Move tool and press the Shift key on your keyboard because we need to clone it. And then move it horizontally 5.9 units. And then keep the Instance Radio button on and make the number of copies 5. Click OK. Okay. If we look closer, we find that these two columns should bear the shed, so they should be longer. Make sure that you are in the Modify panel. Click one of the columns, and if you try to change the value, to raise the value of the height, you will find that the rest of the columns are going to follow because all of them are instance objects. So click the Undo button in the toolbar. We have first to click on the Make Unique button so that to separate this column from the rest of the columns. And then now we can change the height value to 18. Repeat the same procedure with the other column that should bear the shed too. So click on the Make Unique button and then change its height to 18. Okay, now we need to clone this column as instances so that each instance would be located in each corner of the angle. So press the Shift key and move. Leave the Instance Radio button on. Click OK. Okay, continue making instances to the column in the corners. And that's all for the columns.